Everyone, today's Wednesday morning. Super happy to have you guys here. Another beautiful day here. Welcome to my channel. So we're gonna just get started, guys, shortly. Just gonna get everything all set up, get the description all set up, and we're gonna get going. Okay. New day. Just adding all the links right now, guys. So welcome. We're back at it every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m.
They say good things come to those who wait, but would you wait to eat an ice cream?
I gotta love these ads.
No. So don't wait to start earning $3.
All right, we're gonna be looking at gold shortly, guys. So just bear with me.
Anytime offer. Conditions apply. Visit simply at simplii.com for details.
Almost done, guys. Almost ready. Welcome, guys. As we're getting more and more people join us, just want to welcome everyone to our live stream every single morning. We will begin shortly, guys, going over our trades. So thank you so much for joining us. All right, guys. So we know that area is a significant level of resistance, and we can see that price. Remember, as I mentioned, was expecting price to come to this these lows here and reject. As you guys can see, price came to this level, rejected it once. I told you guys I wanted to expect last night. We expected price to come back up and reject it. We did get some sort of rejection. As you guys can see, it's forming some sort of a double top formation. And this is the 4 hour, guys. So it's pretty significant. Like we're getting a double top formation here on the 4 hour, right? We've got one push here and then we've got another push here. So that's significant. Now, obviously we don't know how far out this is gonna go, right? Like price could come back and retest this level. I'll lower the music here for a sec. Price could come back and still kind of range for a little bit, guys, before continuing to the downside, or before even pushing up and breaking these lows over here, or in this case, these highs, like this level of support and resistance here. This key level, in other words. So something to keep an eye out, guys. Like right now, we're still kind of waiting for price to kind of retrace or range before it starts actually like pushing to the upside in a clean way. Something to keep in mind on that end. It's kind of what we're looking or expecting for gold. You can see the 1 hour clean double top formation. Very, very clean. I was literally the video that we did, the live stream that we did last night, literally on pre-London. I explained this. I'm waiting for gold to kind of push back up and retest these highs. And it will pull back most likely to this level over here. And then we can start looking for potential buys. But right now, it's not really looking like that. So we just got to keep an eye out on that, guys. Welcome, everyone. Welcome those of you that are just joining us, guys. Welcome. Beautiful. USD JPY looks like it's going pretty well, going pretty much in our favor. Obviously, it takes a while. This is the 1 hour, and we were looking at the 4 hour as well. I'm still expecting price to potentially come down lower, possibly pull back to our targets before we see a push to the upside. So that's something I want to keep an eye out, guys. Keep an eye out for this. Potentially price looking to bullish, push to the upside. Welcome, everyone. So yeah, we're expecting price to potentially come down to our targets here, as you guys can see, and push to the downside. Reserves right now, I don't see any buys or, sells. Like, it's more of a long-term trade, to be honest with you, at this point. GJ, no trade, still ranging. It's still ranging, guys. It's a ranging market. Let's go, guys. Let me know if you want me to go over any specific pair. Be more than happy to do so, guys, and go over a specific pair with you guys. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us, guys. So we're just going to take a look at GJ. So I see a continuation of a ranging market. To me, I don't really see anything like any good potential trades or anything like that. All I could tell you is it's going to this key level here. So we could see a level of support. Price has been pushing down on the 4 hour, and we can see that just the overall sentiment has been somewhat bearish. It's not really bullish at this moment of time. And so we want to be just kind of keeping an eye out with this pair, but we are expecting some sort of a breakout, potentially either breaking down below, but we got to make sure that price breaks these lows, or like I said here, look for buys above this key level within this range, right? So we're still within a ranging market. We have been catching a couple pips within this range level, but just it's not the ideal condition you want to be trading in, guys. So just keep that in mind. So let's take a look at GBP odd. We are on the 1 hour chart right now, guys. And as you can see how clear I've been able to point this out here on our charts. So we are still kind of in that ranging consolidation. over here, and it's actually looking very bearish. It's not really looking bullish at all. Like there's no overall bullish sentiment. Price is very, very weak, and so to me, this is indicating just overall bearish sentiment for GBP pairs. So something to keep an eye out, guys. Looking like continuation of sells for GBP pairs. I see no strength in them right now. So technically and just like the overall news and stuff. So keep an eye out, guys. That's stuff that's really, really important to look for. Welcome, guys. Comment in the chat box. Those of you guys that are just joining us, let me know who you are, guys. So we're looking for price to kind of potentially come back up, test these highs here, but again, nothing too crazy here. Yeah, see, it's very choppy. Like there's no trades in this. You can't really. You just got to look at like cleaner opportunities. You know what I mean? Okay, GBP US. This is the 4-hour. So obviously you guys can see that this price has respected this level of support. We've drawn this out already. We did get that push. I did explain this last night that I was expecting some sort of a pullback. So we are getting this pullback basically within this range area. What we want to see potentially is some sort of like a double bottom formation, and something that's indicating to us that we can see some heavy overall rejection around this level, and we can start kind of looking for potential buy setups. What kind of targets would we reach once we start seeing for buy setups? I mean, I'm kind of looking at this key level here. I'll show you guys right here. Kind of looking around this range as my first target. And then I'd be looking at around this range for my second target in terms of where price could potentially be going. Let's go. Oh, man. Consistency will get you results. I'll tell you that. Consistency will get you results, guys. So we are getting a break and retest. So for Euro JPY, guys, we are getting this break and retest. It is smaller here on the 30-minute, so it doesn't look as clear. I mean, it does look a little bit choppy, guys. So we want like a clean break. That's what we want. We want that strong momentum, strong push, right? That's what we're looking for. Obviously, we didn't get it with Euro JPY, but that's okay. US 100, we're still kind of ranging. It's still ranging within the zone, but I'm expecting price to potentially pull back up to these levels over here. So price is still kind of within this range here. We're not seeing any sort of rejection, so I feel like it's just going to consolidate for a bit before continuing to the upside and then pulling down further potentially. So that's what we're looking at for US 100. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Those of you that are just joining us. US 30. Yeah. So we're still kind of looking at price right now. It's not like price is not, it's not holding its support just yet. So we don't know yet. We got to just wait for confirmation. Like, we don't know if it's going to hold support at all. Like, this is a key level, as you know. And so it kind of looks like it broke down a little bit, but for all we know, it could be a fake out, right? So we just got to keep that in mind, guys. That I just got to wait for confirmation before we start looking for buys or sells before anything, guys. So something to keep in mind. Keep that in mind. It's 30. I need to see some sort of rejection around this level for US 30 on the 1 hour. Even if we look at the 4 hour, like it's looking like it broke this level here, and then it's kind of retesting it. But honestly, like, to me, it could just be a fake out as well too, or we could see some sort of like a range, and then like some sort of double bottom formation, and then we start seeing that rejection. Then we can start looking for potential buys for some sort of a retracement, or we can, like I said here, anything below this level we can expect for sells, because it will be a confirmation of break of structure, guys. Break of structure. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Just gonna get a tea quick, and I'll be right back, guys. Welcome everyone. Let's go. Yeah, so we're looking at it's holding support, wait for pullback, wait for price to pull back and reject to this key level, which we just got. So you guys could see that it's literally what I told you guys would happen. Welcome guys, welcome. So as you guys could see, USD Cad, literally we were waiting for this pullback and we got that pullback, as you guys can see, as predicted. And so we're just kind of seeing this price hold its support on the 4-hour. So we can expect some continuation to the upside. Right now, let's take a look here. Give me 1 second, guys. Welcome everyone, welcome guys. For those of you that are just joining us right now, welcome, happy to have you guys. Perfect. Can you guys hear me now? Is this better? Perfect. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the channel. So we're just looking at USD Cad right now. As you guys could see, it did go in our favor. And so we did get that pullback push that we were looking for. So yeah, so let's take a look, guys. If there's anything that you guys want me to go over, please let me know in the comments below, guys. I'd love to be able to help you guys in any way possible. So make sure you comment in our chat box. Also, make sure you follow me on my socials as well, guys. But just want to thank you guys for joining us today. Yeah, let's get started here. So one of the main things that we always want to look for, guys, when it comes to trading in the markets is we always want to understand the overall basic direction of the market. Kind of what is price telling us? You know what I mean? What direction is the market going? If we go to our gold chart here, we can kind of see what price usually does, right? So if we're in this ranging market, which we're kind of like at this point, we're still kind of like within this range right now. And you can kind of see that gold after a strong push like this, came to this key level here. And remember, I told you guys, if you guys watch my previous live streams, I told you guys, we can't be looking for sells at the bottom, right? We've reached this level of support, and we can't be looking for sells at this point because obviously, like, there's a point where price has to exhaust, right? Like there's a point where price will not just continue, but it needs to take a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of a break, right? And that always, almost 90% of the time happens, right? Are we looking potentially for gold buy setups? Yes, that's the overall sentiment after a strong push to the downside like this. The thing is just knowing when is the right time to get in, or better yet, not the right time, but like when is the more appropriate time to potentially get in, right? So those are the things that you want to consider before you guys look at taking any buy trades or buy setups when it comes to gold or really any pair, to be honest. So I am expecting price to come back to these lows here before it pushes to the upside. Or it could just, like I said, range here for a little bit. But what we want to see is a strong push to the upside. After a strong push like this, price is ranging, which I was expecting this for gold. I want to see like a really, really strong push to the upside and a break of structure here at these level of support and support and new levels of resistance. So something to keep an eye out, guys, and look at when it comes to taking any sort of trade. We want to just make sure that we take a look at these levels before continuation and before going anything further. So let's take a USD JPY. USD JPY to me is we're getting that retracement. If we go over to our 4-hour time frame, we could see that price has actually reached that key level here, which I did mention before. And if you watch my previous live streams, guys, I told you that we were going to see a pullback, and we are getting that pullback. It's a clean pullback. We got that strong momentum to the downside, and you guys can see it here clearly. If we zoom in a little bit here, and again, we are in the 4-hour chart, you could see a nice clean break of structure here of support. So price came down, strong momentum. Now we're getting this kind of sort of pullback, and that's what we want, guys. We are getting that rejection as well. We feel the overall weakness in the market, not looking like prices wanting to continue higher at this point, right? So I still feel it's got a lot more in terms of shorts and sell opportunities for USD JPY. I feel like the US dollar is starting to lose its strength right now, right? So we were getting that strong push, and so now the price is kind of exhausting, right? So Rafaelo Katu, hi Pedro, just subscribed, liking it already. Hey my friend, really happy to have you here. Really appreciate you also joining us and joining the family and subscribing. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well. That way you get notified every time I'm live. But not only that, like, just want to welcome each and every one of you guys. I really do appreciate you guys with the support of the channel. A little bit about myself. I've been trading for about 6 years. I've been in the markets for about 6 years. More specifically, Forex, 4.5 years, going on to 5. I started with crypto. I started, typical everyone following, IML and all these MLM companies. You don't know, right? And so the nice thing was that over time, thankfully I didn't fall for it. I actually started like getting more and more interested in trading, and that's what I wanted. I didn't really want to focus on getting people and to join a company and this and that. I just wanted to learn how to trade. I wanted to figure out what is this thing that, you know, I can make money if it even goes up or down, regardless of what happens. There's a way for me to be able to make an extra income and even potentially a living from it, right? So when I saw that, obviously, that opportunity 6 years ago for me, it was like, wow, like this is different, right? So I'm thankful because the way God works and how He structures everything. Like, if it wasn't for those companies, I wouldn't have discovered this whole, like, the markets, this whole industry. You know what I mean? Like Forex and cryptocurrency and stuff like that. And the fact that, like, we are here, and I have, me and the wife, we just got married last month, and the fact that we just bought our house, you know what I mean? And it's such a blessing because we were able to pay part of the down payment with our cryptocurrency. We sold our Bitcoin. She paid off her vehicle that she had, her Mercedes. I was able to pay mine off as well. I have an X6, and um, and we were able to put for our house, right, a down payment for our house. So it's a blessing. It truly is a blessing, and we're definitely thankful because God has been great. And yeah, like, you know what I mean, guys. If you're just starting out, just don't give up. Just keep going at it. And the most important thing, guys, is consistency. Every day showing up, right? And always willing to learn and willing to do what it takes to be able um, to listen, right? Like, just have that open mentality. I'm always like telling everyone and all those around me that I always think ahead, right? I'm always thinking ahead, and I'm always learning to adapt, right? I always want to be adaptable, right? So welcome, guys. Welcome. We've got people joining us here, a couple more people. But yeah, so that's a little background on my story, guys. And yeah, like, I just want you guys to know, I'm here to help. I'm not here to sell you guys anything. I'm just here to help you guys out. So yeah, feel free to join the family. I do have my Blessed Traders Academy, absolutely free group. You can join. Click the link down below. Um, Also, subscribe. It's absolutely free, and hit the notification bell. I am here Monday through Friday, every single day, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, good morning, guys. Nicholas, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Happy to have you. So yeah, USD JPY looking like a juicy trade, guys. We did get that nice rejection. Um, Lots of good potential here. We are coming to this key level, so I am expecting price to exhaust after a push like this. Overall sentiment, like on the daily, if we take a look here, I'm not looking for any buys until price actually breaks these highs here. So don't worry, like, don't freak out thinking, oh man, like we're price is still like not ranging, but like it's still creating like lower highs and lower lows and lower highs. Um, Lower highs and lower. Oh my, can't even talk this morning. But you guys know what I mean. It's an upwards trend right now, right? But we will start looking for heavy sells once price starts breaking these lows over here and this low over here. We can start looking at an overall shift in the market, like US dollar, like, weakness, right? Not there yet, obviously, but something to keep an eye out, guys. Welcome. We've got a couple more people joining us this morning, so welcome, everyone. Is there any trades that you guys want me to look at before we start diving into other trades that I'm looking at? Let me know in the chat box below. Also, let me know where you guys are from. Happy to have you all here join me. I highly recommend matcha tea. Really good, guys. It's healthy for you. It's really healthy. Lots of good antioxidants. I'm just like a little health freak. How do you guys can let me know in the comments below? Like, does my mic sound good, guys? Like, do you notice the difference? Obviously, like, I mean, it is a Yeti. but I believe I've got the setup. Everything should be good. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me properly and it doesn't sound like, you know what I mean? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, how's this? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, I think that's, yeah, so I think this is good. Let me try it. 1 2 1 2. Yeah, so give me one sec. There we go. This is a little bit better. UJ potential long. Yeah, okay, I'm from South Africa. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Portfolio. Can you check GJ? Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. I can check GJ for you. And then GU as well. Okay, so let's start with GBP US, and then we'll look at GJ as well. Okay, guys. Michael Cook. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name right. Trust me, I deal with that all the time. I'm Spanish and I have like a really long last name. So you've got a nice short name, but sorry if I didn't pronounce it right. Welcome to the channel. I'm happy to have each and every one of you guys. So yeah, so let's take a look at GU and then we'll look at GJ. Okay. Let's start with GU. Looking at the 4-hour chart, right? What I see here right now is that price has been. Let's take a look at the daily. To be honest, we are at a level of support for sure, and we're basically at a level where the market is essentially just kind of ranging. It's not really trending. So obviously that's a daily. It's not really significant just yet, but this area right now on the daily is important to note because we are seeing this level of support hold on the daily. So now that we know that on the daily it's holding, then we can. Give me a sec. Okay. Cook. Okay, nice. The East Island, nice. I used to know a cook back in the day. He was a good guy. Okay, so now we go down to the 4-hour. Okay, so we don't want to be checking the daily all the time, by the way. I kind of base my analysis on the 4-hour just to understand the overall direction of the market. And if you guys have been following me, you know that I just get the idea of the overall sentiment of the market, the direction that the market could potentially go on the 4-hour, and then I narrow it down to like the 30-minute, even the 15-minute sometimes. It depends. Okay, so not only that, we are seeing support hold. So now that we have seen on the 4-hour a push to the downside, I am expecting price coming at these levels to create some sort of a double bottom formation. You know what I mean? Like, all I want to see is some sort of rejection here, and I want to see price hold this. Obviously, on the daily, we know, and that's a huge significance, knowing that on the daily, it's holding support. So that gives us an indication that price is going to hold, right? It's significant, right? So now that we know that, we go down to the 4-hour, we can start seeing more clear, right? So now we can start looking for like head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, double bottom formation, triple bottom. You know what I mean? Like we start looking for all the, you can start looking for like a wedge formation, right? Like a breakout, right? So these are things that you want to see. We could expect price also to create some sort of like a range, okay? And then we just look for a breakout, similar to what we were looking at gold, right? In our other trades, right? So until price doesn't really push to the upside and we don't see that like kind of strong push or strong momentum, we're not really looking at any trades right now because the British pound dollar is weak. But after looking at GJ as well, after having like, this push to the downside, obviously GJ is ranging right now. And I've mentioned this in my previous live streams. It's just been ranging, consolidating, right? So what we look for in consolidation markets is breakouts, right? We don't want to look for anything else. I mean, we can trade within the consolidation, but again, it's a little bit risky, guys. You got to have like a lot of experience in that. And a lot of confidence, right? Obviously, like I've traded within ranges and that's not a problem, right? And over time, you guys will get comfortable and that's cool. I can help you guys. We can always go over those trades and yeah. So right now, again, there's no strength in the British pound right now. But as soon as it starts getting strength, we can start looking. Everything's kind of lining up for price to continue to start going back up. But we don't know yet. We just got to wait for that confirmation, right? So if we go back to GBP US, like I said, I want to see heavy rejection within this level so that I can start looking for buys. And what I want to see is a strong push, right? That's why I have this arrow here to the upside. And the levels I'm looking at, if we zoom out a little bit, is my first target would be this level over here at 19,303. And then the next level would be 20,260. 2260, around that range for the second level that I'm looking at for price to potentially go to. But again, we are still kind of at a level of support for GBP US. GJ, same thing. We are coming back down to a level of support here. Again, typically when price is just kind of ranging back and forth, it just goes up and down, up and down, up and down. The problem is sometimes price will do stuff like this, and then it'll just wiki you out, right? Where you think that price is pushing to the upside, is creating an upwards trend or something like that, and then all of a sudden it just drops, right? It did drop because it rejected this level of support, and you guys can see that this is significant. Once we see multiple touch points like this is a strong indication that that level has a heavy level of significance. Where are you from? I am from Toronto, my friend. I am from Toronto, Canada. But obviously I'm Latino, so like my background is Spanish, from Nicaragua. Lots of imbalance. Like, do you mean like with the actual pair and stuff? Yeah, like it's choppy. That's what I call it, choppy. Like it's not the type of market condition I want to be trading in, right? But again, I want to be honest with you guys, right? Like the best thing that we want to do, guys, is always focus on quality over quantity. And that's the thing. When you become a trader that is focused on, like you do it for a living, or a trader that, you're just consistent, you're profitable and stuff like that. And you'll understand that the more trades you take, the worse it is. And what you want to do is reduce the frequency of your trades and focus on quality and be like, hey, I really, I was able to profit immensely on 2 trades and then I took 1 loss, for example, right? So it all kind of like evens out properly and you're stable, right? It's kind of like in sales too, right? When you're in sales, right, and you're selling, you're going to be going like this, right? It's never going to be up like this, or it's never going to be straight, right? You're going to be, one great month, the following month it's slow, right? The next month, no, right? So, or every day you could put it as, today I sold this, the other day I didn't sell this, right? So as long as you're kind of keeping that movement like this as steady as possible, that's the same thing with trading, right? As long as you manage your risk, and as long as you're not taking just trades just to take it or forcing trades, you will be successful. You will see results, right? So that's important, guys. So again, a lot of mentality too, right? It's a mental shift. A lot of it has to do, with having your psychology, everything in line, right? I meant on GU, yeah, of course, a lot of imbalance, yeah. It's just choppy right now, to be honest, and I don't like that pullback that it just did. Like, I mean, yeah. We'll see how it pans out, guys. If you guys watch also my previous live streams, whenever you guys get a chance, I highly do suggest you guys do that, because you're going to be able to learn so much, and you'll be able to see the trades that we've taken in these live streams, and you guys can see that literally, like, most of the trades that we've taken and the trades that we've been looking at have gone in our favor, right? Like if you look at my gold trade setup video, I literally was predicting gold's drop from here, right? I saw this wedge forming up here, ascending wedge essentially, and price came down, broke this level of support here, and I was expecting price to pull back and retest these levels, which it did. I was expecting it to go a little bit higher, but that's fine. That showed to me that there was weakness in the market, and so that's what we wanted, and then price melted. Where did I hit my target? I was always expecting my target at the bottom of this wedge where it was starting. It always kind of typically goes back to the bottom, the entry. I trade my own funds. Yes, I do trade my own funds. I am not a funded trader. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's actually good to be to be funded. I don't see any issues with that at all. In fact, I recommend to not start with like a small account. Like I recommend to like start with like something somewhat decent, like $1,000 or even $500. But don't start like, if you're like starting with like $50 or 100, it's going to be so hard because you're going to want to just like, the problem is like a lot of people get into it and they just want to like grab that $50 account and literally flip it to 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000. It's just not going to happen, right? Like it will, but it's going to take so long, right? So you just got to like change that, because that's going to change your mentality. Don't get into trading in that mentality of, I got to make this amount of money. I got to make it by this time, right? No, that's not how it works, right? You can't force trades out of the markets. Trading is like an art, it's a language. You got to just kind of go with it. You know what I mean? And you just got to communicate with that language and look at the art and just kind of like understand. And then you'll, over time, after looking at so many different trades and looking at all these charts, you're going to start understanding this language. You'll be like, wow, that's like, yeah, look at that. Remember Pedro mentioned that? We got that strong push, that strong sentiment, that strong, and we got that pullback at that key level, and you start kind of looking at the charts and you start understanding things, right? You're like, wow, it's all making sense, right? So yeah, just keep at it, guys. Any questions you guys have? I hope you guys are understanding kind of what I'm going over and stuff like that. Let me know if you're finding it helpful and you're understanding what I'm trying to tell you guys. Okay, let's change up the music here. Let's change it up a bit. All right, guys. Welcome. Those of you that are just joining us, guys, welcome. Happy to have you guys at the channel. So let's take a look here. USD still waiting. GJ again, not looking for anything. No sells right now. Nothing. It's just at a level of support right now. I don't see anything. Market's so choppy right now. I don't like it. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I've got a few people joining us right now. Let me know, guys, in the comments, where you guys from? All right. Let's take a look. Euro US. Yeah, so we did get that pullback, and then price is starting to come back down. I am not going to look for any sells. So what we want to see here is we can start looking for some sells below this break of structure. So this level of support. Look for sell setups on break of structure. It's good to keep it here in the notes, guys. So we need price to break the this low here for us to start looking for sells now. On the Euro US, we did see, so this is the 4-hour chart, guys. This is the 4-hour chart. So we've been seeing this strong momentum to the downside. Now, typically what I would have expected this price to hold this support here, but it seems like it broke below it. I was thinking it would have been maybe fake out and then it was going to push right back in, but it's looking like price is actually pushing back down again and testing these lows. So depending on what price does here, I mean, it could form some sort of a double bottom and then push back in. We won't know. So the most important thing that we're looking for is a breakout, either to the upside in this case, and then we start looking at potential buys, or to the downside. Welcome, guys. We've got more people joining us. Happy to have each and every one of you guys. Georgia, US. Michael, that's awesome, man. Awesome. Happy to have you. Feel free to follow me, guys, on Instagram, Pedro FX Official. I'm also on Twitter, Pedro FX Official. And then I'm also on TikTok. I don't really use TikTok as much, to be honest, but I'm mainly, if you guys want to find me, I'm always here on YouTube. And so if you guys are subscribed anyways and have the notification bell, you'll know when I'm online anyway. So yesterday, obviously I'm here Monday to Friday every day, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I do come online, guys, sometimes on the pre-London. So I do come in on the evening, sometimes at nighttime, just to kind of like, help you guys out as much as I can, provide as much value as I can. So yeah. Also, if you're looking to join like a group and you got questions and stuff like that, even after, like, you know what I mean, like our live stream that we have every morning, you guys can also join my Facebook group, Blessed Traders Academy. It's absolutely free group. There you can ask questions, and then you'll know, like, for example, if I'm going live at nighttime, which will, like I said, like sometimes I do, then you'll be the first person to know because I'll post it on there. That's kind of like the closest way you can communicate with me when I'm not live. And the link for that group, that Facebook group, my Facebook group, is in the description of the video. All right. So yeah, so now that we've kind of went over Euro US, you guys kind of understand what we're looking at, guys, and what we can expect for price. Euro JPY, we're ranging heavily. Any pairs you guys want me to go over, please let me know in the chat box now that you guys have me right now. So let me know in the chat box if you want me to go over any specific pairs, guys. I'd be more than happy to do so. All right, so US 100, NAS 100. This is what I'm expecting, guys, to be honest with you. I'm expecting, like I told you at the beginning of the live stream and yesterday, last night, I'm expecting price to pull back to these levels over here, and then a continuation to the downside if we see a nice clean rejection in this area. But it's most likely going to hold support here. It is a level of significance. We did break this level of support here, which was a significant level. And so we did see that break of structure. This was the previous low. And so we did break that. You can see that strong momentum came down. And so what I feel is we are retesting it here. And then most likely sometimes what price does, it'll come back to these levels over here before pushing down, right? Price does that, right? That's why you'll never see like a full clean pullback. Sometimes price is kind of like doing like this extra pullback, right? Where people are like, oh, it's going to be selling here. No. And then they get like a heavy little wick here, and then it starts going down, right? And so that does happen a lot. In a nutshell, what's my strategy? I do the pullback strategy. I mean, there's nothing like to it. Like I don't really, I just study price action, right? So I just look at basic market structure. I don't have like an indicator. Like I have a couple indicators. I try to keep it clean and stuff like that, but I don't have anything like major. You guys could see like, look, these are just kind of like couple indicators that I use to kind of just use as confirmation. But yeah, I like to keep kind of like keep it as clean as possible, right? Like I'm not gonna tell you I have like a secret sauce, right? It just takes time. Like for example, like I do have a couple people that have been teaching, like, you know what I mean? A couple students that I've been teaching, even like I have a couple of my parents' friends, like they know I've been involved in trading for quite some time, and even they've been like willing to pay me to learn. It's insane. It's funny, but it's true, right? Like they've been wanting to get mentored, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, right? So, um, yeah, for me, it's like just overall basic market structure, clean, break and retest. Um, yeah, that's kind of like my overall strategy. Obviously, it takes time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why, like, people that have worked with me, like, you know what I mean? Like, students here locally and everything that I've helped out and online as well, too. Um, it's all about how you explain it and how you look at the market. That's crucial too, right? Because anyone could just, okay, it's break and retest, that's it. You know, no, you know what I mean? You got to also know how to look at the markets, what to look for, right? And so if you follow me on my socials, especially like on my live streams, you'll start to kind of learn and see kind of how I see the markets, and then you'll be able to understand how my strategy works. But obviously it takes time, right? As you tell people, like trading is not like get rich quick, it's get rich slow. um but it's about building, you know, that financial stability, that financial freedom, and building that wealth, right? As opposed to just kind of like, hey, like I made, you know, 5,000 one day and then that's it, you know. No, it's building that consistency, right, is what's going to get you results. Been in and out of Forex for 5 years. Okay, nice, Michael. Yeah, you know what? My best advice is just as long as you enjoy it, you have to like it. Exactly. Anyone that says it's easy is lying. Absolutely, it's not easy. And I've said that, and you guys have seen my previous live streams and stuff. It's not easy. Like I said, I've been in the industry for 6 years. I like, man, like it's just now that I started really focusing on sharing as much value and stuff like that and knowledge on my channel because people were asking about it, right? Like I said, even my parents' friends were asking, like, and willing to pay a good chunk, right? Like I had this one friend of my dad, and he like does like import and export business. Like he's a businessman. Like this guy is like, he knows his stuff, like importing stuff from like China, and he's got his suppliers and all that, and he still does that for a living. Literally called me. He's like, hey, listen, like I heard you're involved in like trading and stuff and this and I'm willing to. And I'm just like, hey, like, yeah, of course, no problem, I can help you out, right? And he's just like, yeah, like, do you mind explaining me like what's a ledger, like what's this, what's that, you know what I mean? And just like, how do I open an account, how do I buy Bitcoin, how do I transfer, how you know what I mean, and all this stuff, right? So um yeah, it's been a long journey, and to be able to kind of fully grasp things and start seeing results, right, takes time. It takes time, and it takes a lot of patience and just willingness to just keep going, right? And it's normal to be on and off, and because trading's not easy, right? It's not easy. It's not for everyone as well, too. High impact news coming: USD and how affect others like gold and euro. Yeah, I believe I haven't checked the news lately right now, but I do know that there is a high impact news absolutely at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's take a look here. No, yeah, UST new home sales search market. Yeah, won't know. Like I don't typically trade news, so as long as depending on what results we get, guys, for US. Like I said, I feel that US has been doing strong right now. You know what I mean? I focus mainly on the technicals. But we can see that price is now rejecting this level here. So again, my my outlook is that now the US dollar, that strength that we saw, that push, that bullishness to the upside and stuff, and all these US pairs and stuff, is now going to start weakening. So then in this case, for example, GBP US, the US dollar is going to start to weaken. If we go to the 4-hour, we're at a key level of support. What does that mean? The British pound will slowly, potentially, we don't know, start gaining strength. So that's going to indicate us that the British pound dollar is going to gain strength, or we're going to see GBP US slowly start going back up. Bullish anyway, because the US dollar, let's say it's bad news, then that'll help us with this trade. But again, we won't know. And again, I typically don't trade news. I just trade like the technicals. I look at basic market structure and price action. Either way, guys, take a look. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome, and feel free to take a look at my previous live streams. You'll be able to see all this stuff that I'm going over, guys, and the trades that we've taken in the past. And you'll be able to see some of the awesome trades that we've been able to pan out, and how it's gone in our favor. So either way, welcome, guys. For those of you that are just joining us, welcome. Welcome to the family, or better yet, welcome to the familia. For those of you that understand Spanish, I am Spanish, yes. I do speak Spanish fluently, and I do live in Canada. All right, so yeah, so for example, like let's take a look at Bitcoin, guys. Right, we saw this ascending wedge here. We saw price break down. I'm expecting price to pull back, at least come to this level over here, as a level of resistance. And then right now we're kind of ranging. So if we zoom in here, after a strong push like this, we would probably expect for sure some sort of a pullback, guys. And then like some people, it really depends how you look at the market. Like you could look at this and be like, oh yeah, look, it's a triangle formation here, like this and that, sure, right? Sometimes like triangle patterns like this just indicate that it's just going to continue going down further, right? Sometimes it really depends, right? But anyways, that aside, what we're looking for, regardless of what price does, we're looking for a breakout. So if price is going to break, and again, this is my way of looking at the markets, guys. This is not the right or wrong way. I just want to teach you guys how I look at it, right? So anyways, as I was saying, we've got level of resistance here, and then we've got a level of support here. So we're looking for a breakout. That's all we're looking for. And my overall bias is that price is going to break to the upside, and it's going to come back up to these levels and retest before pushing down a little bit further. It could, mind you, it could, and that does happen because price could do whatever it wants. It could push down to the, it could just melt and continue going down to the downside. But after a strong push like this, usually price will kind of like exhaust a little bit. So I think here's my theory, because I'm a huge believer in when price is creating these kind of wedges and stuff like that, it always comes down to this, the beginning, the bottom part here of the wedge. So I still think Bitcoin has technically, and this is good for you guys to look at. I know that we mainly focus on Forex too, but I do trade Bitcoin as well, is to also look at price potentially coming to this level here, right? These are key levels that I'm looking at. And then like, again, I don't really use indicators or anything like that, but I do have, like I said, the ones that I use, I like to keep it clean, you know what I mean? And so like we could see, for example, this indicator here is telling us that it broke this level of structure, this trend line here, and we're pushing to the downside. We're not looking for any buys until price comes to like these levels over here. And of course, that's pretty much kind of where I have it knocked off at for a level of resistance, right? And over here, right? So by the time price gets over here, if price breaks above this trend line, that green one right there, then we can start looking for buy setups, right? So we are below this trend line here. And so we are looking pretty much at just break of structure and it's just sells right now, right? But within the current price action right now, we're just in a range for Bitcoin. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Those of you that are just joining us, welcome. Happy to have you guys. Hit that like button for me if you guys don't mind. If you are finding this helpful, I really appreciate it, guys. Really helps the channel. Another day, another day. Welcome everyone that's just joining us, guys. Welcome to the channel. So mainly like within the ranges, guys, like I explained here, and you guys can see it on my gold chart here. Price is just going to range, and we're looking for either a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside. And then we're going to wait for price to pull back and then use this previous level of support as a level of resistance, and then we can expect price to continue downwards. Same thing for the upside. If we're in a ranging market or price is just moving sideways, we are looking for a breakup to the upside or downside. But in this case, if we're showing me the upside, we're then going to wait for a pullback to this level of support. And then we want to see rejections. We want to see price reject this level before it continues to the upside, and then we can start looking for buy setups. Sometimes what happens is price does break up, it pulls back, and then it goes back into the range. So that could just be like a fake out or something like that. So just keep that in mind. That does happen. Yeah. How do you typically hold a trade, and what's your average R to R? Risk reward? Like how long do I typically hold it? I like to, I mean, it really depends, right? Like I'm mainly like max. I probably like to hold it like probably like 30 minutes to like an hour, probably, maybe sometimes like 2 hours. It really depends. Really depends on the trade I'm taking, but mainly sometimes about an hour or so, an hour to 2 hours. Sometimes I'm in and out quick. I don't like to risk anything more than like 3%. So yeah, like, I mean, I just like to keep it very conservative. Like, let's say, for example, like you see like this trade here. Again, this is live, guys. This is live. USD GPO. I'm on the 4 hour because it's significant. And you guys can see that price has rejected it 3 times now, right? And so like we got that strong momentum. And Michael, I'm going to show you basically kind of how I see the charts here, right? So when I'm taking a trade like this, the higher I take my entry around this level here, the better. Because the problem is that a lot of times people, we were beginning of the live stream, we were kind of like down here, okay? So we were already down here. The problem is people get in here because they're like, oh, it's going down for sure. We've got a double top formation. That's it. It's melting. That's it, right? And if you go back to the beginning of this live stream, I told you guys, wait, let's be patient. Let's wait for another rejection. And that's the problem. People get in here on a sell and then boom, they put their stop maybe like a couple, like 10, 15 pips or 20 pips. And then they're like, oh my gosh, it's going to stop out or whatever, right? And then they're freaking out. They're stressing. They're in the trade for like 3 hours freaking out, right? You don't want to do that. You want to get your entry as clean as possible and knowing and being confident that, hey, price is going to come back to this top level and retest it a few times before it actually goes down in our favor, right? And again, this is the 1 hour chart. So I've narrowed it down a little bit more cleaner so that you can see. But yeah, so typically anywhere between, sorry, I'm kind of blanking out right now. Anywhere between this area, you want to be looking for sells. And then anywhere between, I like to personally like risk, you know what I mean? Like no more than like 30 pips. And that's like a big stop loss right now. But the markets have been changing, right? And again, this is long-term trade. You know, it could take, 2 hours or so. But that's all we really need, right? Like, look, 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And then that just melted, right? And that's all we really need. an hour or two, and then price could just melt, right? Or it could take a little bit longer than we expect, and we take some profits and let her move our stop loss to break even, and then just let our runners run, just let it do its thing, right? So I sometimes do that too as well. It's whatever you guys feel comfortable. Everyone really trades differently, right? So yes and no. I mainly like on the 30-minute. The 30 minutes like my best friend, to be honest. More than the 1 hour. The 1 hour gives me that confidence because the higher the time frame, the more significant it is, right? Because like I used to, like when I first started, I was like looking at the 15-minute charts. I'm like, oh yeah, like it's forming like freaking this, and it's bearish, and you know what I mean, and then boom, like it wicked you out, right? So like I really don't base it off of that. My entries are mainly on the 30-minute. Yeah, that's mainly when I really like enter my trades. And you can see like this USD JPY trade, like I told you guys at the beginning of the live stream, this is a good sell opportunity, right? And again, right, the market can do anything at any moment, right? But to me, this is a good sell opportunity. Obviously, it's not financial advice, by the way, but to me, it's a good trade. And then like, look, this was a good potential entry, right? So, and then we can, like I said, we could set our targets. Even like I have it here, but we could probably put it, like look it over here on the left hand side. So we could bump it up a tad bit more to like kind of like this level here for like 85 pips, 86 pips, right, as a target. And then as soon as we start seeing price kind of break or hover around this range, we can then just move our stops to break even. That way it's a risk-free trade. You guys can see too, like the notes, this was from last night. Look for sells below this key level. Okay, so we are looking for sells below this key level. So yeah. So yeah, guys. Wait for break of level with this. Yeah, so that was yesterday. I was already kind of looking for sells on USD JPY. Just leave it like that, just so that, for example purposes, I want you guys to see kind of where I would put my stop loss here. I'd do like a 25 pip stop loss. Because you never know, right? Like, look at this wick right here, right? Guys, hit that like button if you're enjoying this video and you're finding it very helpful. I really appreciate it. And that way it lets me know as well that you guys are enjoying it. All right. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so CAD JPY, we did break this range. It is at a key level here. I want to see price hold. I want to see price hold here for me to see kind of some buy opportunities here, some sort of break, and then pull back to these levels here, and then we can see price come back to this level here before it continues to the upside. Essentially, it's kind of like what I put here, right? Break and then retest. So you can see break, and it's kind of retesting the support level here. Sometimes it just doesn't go as high. Welcome, everyone. We've got a couple more people joining us. USD Cad. Okay. This is what I see on USD Cad, 1 hour, 4 hour. Still kind of trending though, no? So yeah, so I guess, yeah. So we just gotta wait for price to hold this level of support. If price fails to hold the support, then we're looking for sell setups here, which it could potentially, because if we go down to the 1 hour, we did break this level of support over here, right here on the 1 hour, right? And price is kind of retesting it right now. Did push up higher, so I need to see some sort of rejection within this level so I can start seeing price pull back down. Otherwise, it's still not, it's not looking like any sells right now for this, for USD CAD. So not yet. But we did get that strong momentum to the downside. So it's telling us the overall sentiment of the market. But we are getting that pullback. And so I want to see heavy rejection within this level here before I can start looking for sells. And then even when we get that heavy rejection, I want to see price break these lows before I can start actually looking for sell setups. Right? It's just extra confirmations before you actually take these trades, guys. It's really important, really crucial. That way you're not getting into trades that wick you out or trades that, you know what I mean, won't go in our favor. Your JPY. Euro USD, we already looked at that. USD JPY. Gold, I already explained gold. US 30, yeah. So US 30, again, I saw this pattern forming as well. We saw those sells. If you guys look at my other live streams, you'll be able to see how I explain this in my previous live streams. Really, really good trade potentials. We saw that break of structure here. We saw price break below and retest, and price did go in our favor as well too. So not only that, we did break this level of support, which was significant after trending to the upside, and then price came to this key level over here. So we saw that rejection here. Right now on the 4 hour, if you go on the 4 hour chart, we're able to see that it is at a key level of support. So I am expecting price to potentially pull back and form some sort of like a double bottom formation and start seeing wick rejections like this right here before we start even looking for price to exhaust and kind of pull back. But I am expecting some sort of a pullback for US 30 after a push to the downside like this. We can expect price to kind of take a break. This matcha tea is not the greatest in terms of taste, but I do suggest it. It is really healthy for you. Healthy and antioxidants. Straight from Japan. Organic ceremonial matcha. Just helps overall, like with just like overall maintenance of health and just like antioxidants, and just kind of cleanses your body. Also helps with clarity, like, you know what I mean? I drink my matcha tea because it helps me. And that's the thing, guys. Another thing in terms of like just overall mentality with trading, you want to do things that help you kind of clear your mind, right? So that you have focus, right? So some people it's coffee, right? Some people it's tea. So you got to find what you like and what works for you to be able to focus and have that mental clarity, right? When you're looking at the charts. That's really important as well. we'll see how Bitcoin pans out with that. So let's take a look here. Ethereum. What are we expecting for Ethereum? Well, I mean, there's different ways you can go about it, right? I mean, we could expect price to go up like this, or price to go down and then continue to the downside. Right now, it's still looking like price is going to go up, and that's what I was looking at yesterday. And what do I see? I see a double bottom formation, double bottom forming here. So that's a strong indicator on the 4-hour chart. Not only that, we did push to the upside, and now we are retesting these highs here. So that's really good. I mean, like you can see here, those highs right here. Sorry, let me just move this up here. Right there, right? So you can see that price pushed to the upside, pulled back down, and then now price is starting to push back up. Remember me when I say this. Right now, Ethereum costs $1,655. Ethereum is, and again, I can't fully predict anything right now because I don't have like a magic ball or anything like that. I'm just a trader. I do, the analysis side of things, right? But remember when I say this, Ethereum is most likely going to push back up. Okay, so just keep an eye out, and you'll see what I'm telling you. Technically speaking, it looks like it's going to push back up, potentially to these highs over here, right around 1,800. So this could happen within the next few days. Obviously, crypto takes a little bit longer, right? For price to kind of when it's moves like that, right? Like you could see like this move right here, right? I mean, it took like a day or two, right? So something that I'm looking at. So good trade setup lining up here. We've got that double bottom forming on the 4-hour. I mean, you can get with like smaller time frames, you can get into like a couple other trades and stuff like that, but something to keep an eye out, guys. All right, guys, going to be wrapping up shortly. Just want to let you guys know if there is any final trades or any charts you guys want me to look at, let me know in the comments below, and I would be more than happy to do so. But just want to let you guys know we're pretty much wrapping up for today. I might also we had a great time last night. I did go live last night as well, so I might actually join you guys tonight. Not as late as yesterday, but I probably will join you around like 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, keep an eye out, guys, and you'll be able to know if you're already part of the channel. So GBP odd, same thing. It's just ranging right now. Nothing too interesting. It's just choppy right now, so just ranging. Nothing special. GJ, same thing. I mean, short term, we could probably expect price to just kind of push up a little bit, and then, but nothing like that you'd want to trade. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, see, look, 15-minute double bottom, but I mean, it's super risky. It's just choppy. This isn't the market conditions you want to be trading, anyways. USD I think this is just a clean setup, to be honest. I think we've done good here. It's a nice clean setup. Obviously, like, nothing's perfect, right? And nothing's guaranteed. It's all about trading's all about probabilities, guys, right? But this is looking like a good setup. At a key level, price was pushing bullish for the longest time. Right, we were getting that bullish sentiment, strong push to the upside, came back up to this level right now, rejected it, created a double top formation. We got that strong momentum to the downside. We are now getting a pullback, and we are getting a triple top rejection on the 1-hour and 30-minute. So we can definitely expect price to test these lows here We could be ranging anywhere between 80, 85 pips to 100 pips profit. Michael, I'm going to keep an eye out on USD JPY. Just joined your Facebook. That's awesome. Yeah, awesome. Keep an eye on it. I think it's a good potential trade, like I said. And then, yeah. All right, guys. So I've got 10 minutes left. Let me know if there's anything you want me to go over. Other than that, we will call it a day. See, these are the trades I want to be taking, right? Like USD JPY, clean setups. I'm just waiting to see a little bit more volume. But it'll most likely go in our favor. But these are the types of trades I take for sure. And obviously, like I've mentioned before, nothing's 100%. Markets will do its own thing. And whenever you get in a trade, guys, you want to get in and get out as quickly as possible. Take your money, do proper risk management, close a certain portion, close 50%, move your stop loss to break even, etc. Right? That's having proper risk management. Okay, nice. We're holding support, which is good for NAS 100. That's the 1 hour. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Now we just got to wait it out. This is just a level to keep an eye out for, but yeah. So obviously we for people that are just joining us or just looking at this now for us, we were trending to the upside. So we were doing a bullish trend. You can see that's an uptrend here. We did break the trend line, but I don't really focus on the trend line. We broke mainly this previous market structure. So now we're retesting it right now. So that's a strong indication to me that the overall sentiment is slightly changing. And then we can expect price to either pull back to these highs here. If we see some like heavy rejection at these levels, then price could probably, and sometimes it does happen, where we see like wicks, and then it melts, right? And it's not strong enough to push up to these levels up here as a level of retest. So like, I'll give you an example. Like, let's look at gold, right? Like, same thing, right? If we go down to the 4 hour, sorry, this is the 4 hour. You could see that price broke, right? We were trending up, and then it did a break, and then it retested these lows over here. If we go down to the 1 hour, you'll be able to see a little bit more clear. So we did retest. You can see it right here. We retested these lows over here, and I'm going to highlight it so you guys can see it a little bit better, which is in my video. I think it was like 4 days ago. I was looking at this. And I pointed this out. So do you see how it regardless of the fact it actually did retest these lows? Some people, when they look at trend lines, they're like, oh, well, it's got to retest at the top here. And that's the problem, is that they're stuck waiting for price to come up to this level here, thinking, hey, well, I looked at price and, it just broke the structure. Where's the retest here, right? The retest is down here, right? So sometimes we got to understand that, right? But sometimes price will come up to these levels, and you're going to get wicks that are going to wick you out, right? Like, look at this wick here, right? Some people might think, oh my gosh, price it broke it. It's going up, right? We're looking for buys. No, you just got to wait for price to do that. Sometimes this is news as well too, right? But just showing you guys an example of kind of what you can expect, what to look for, and kind of how to look at the markets, right? So Yeah, see, gold's. I knew gold wasn't. There's nothing out of it right now. Just gotta wait it out, guys. I'm sure we're gonna get a trade something soon. All right, guys. So we're gonna call it a night or a day. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Yeah, I'll most likely see you guys tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. But I might be coming live, and I'll surprise you guys potentially this evening. Just want to thank you guys for joining us today, and feel free to follow us on our socials and our private Facebook group that we have. It's absolutely free. Link is in the bio. And thanks so much for joining us, guys. And I will catch you guys until next time. Bye for now.